All right, sorry about that. I'm giving an overview of most of these tools, so you'll at least have the how to get started. Excuse me, I'm having some little technical bugs here myself. You at least have some how to get started with some different ways to add video creation to your communication with your students. So the first thing that we're actually going to look at is right here in this meeting. Many of you have begun to do a Google Meet with your classes, maybe with a group or a whole class, but because we know the nature of remote learning and learning from home, not all children have access to technology at the same time of day. So one of the tools that you can use is actually in this meeting, and it's the recording tool. Now, when you're recording it, do keep in mind that if you are recording students and you're going to share that video later, that you do it in a safe context. I would share it in your Schoology course, and I will be showing later how to upload that video as an unlisted video if you choose to share it on YouTube. But right here in Google Meeting, you can record the meeting. So that way, if a child wasn't able to join your course, if a child wasn't able to join your course meeting, excuse me, then you can share that video so they can watch at a time that's convenient for them. So right here, tip number 1 is right in Google Meet, use the recording tool. And you might be wondering, where does it go and what does it do? So we're going to take a look at that real quick. To launch a Google Meeting, you go to your waffle, and I'm going to even back up one other step. We do recommend that you are signed into and using the Chrome browser, that you are signed into your CPS BOE account, and that your sync is turned on. Once inside of your signed in and syncing browser, locate the Google Waffle. You can access this through other browsers and you do not have to be synced, but that's what we recommend. In the waffle, scrolling to the bottom, is the Google Meet icon. You can launch a meeting from there, and I just showed some of those controls, so I won't spend time looking at that. But what I want to look at is where the meeting goes after it's recorded. So you will get an email notification, and it will go to your Google Drive. You can ignore that. I might bring that one up later, though, because it's going to pop up every 15 minutes. All right, in your Google Drive, it creates a folder called Meet Recordings. Now, there's nothing there for you to do. It simply creates the folder for you. So I open up my folder, and I can see the name of my sessions by what they were named when I created them on the calendar. Again, I'm not going into all the weeds of creating a Google Meeting, training how to do it and how to schedule it. We do have sessions on that, but I'm looking at the recording side of things. So when I named a session in my calendar, it names it here. But if I just launch a session of Google Meet on the fly, like let's say I launch one right now, that meeting gets created with a code. And so you'll notice at the end of the meeting, there is a code. These are what we've been linking in our schedule. So that code there, VPO, it kind of looks like a mess. When you first go in your Meet recordings, if you haven't been scheduling them, you'll notice that they are all titled by those codes. They're actually titled by the meeting code. So just keep an eye on that. And then once you know what that meeting is, you can always rename it here. I like to rename it here because then what I do with that video, it will be easier to work with. So I'm going to go to one that I already have named to show you how this works. All right, so I've got my video and I've recorded it, and now I want to download it and upload it for sharing. So I click on the video. Now I can either share this link directly. I could put this link in my Schoology course. The reason I don't love to do that is because depending upon what device the user is viewing on, it could be a mobile phone, Apple or Android, it could be a tablet, or it could be a CPS computer or a family personal computer. They have different settings for opening Google-based files. If I want to share it directly from Google, I do have to make sure that I get a shareable link. Oops, sorry, I'm going to right-click on the name of the video, and I'm going to get a shareable link. It's just going a little slow. Okay, and you'll see that immediately it defaults to anyone at Cincinnati Public Schools with the link can view. Well, if a parent is opening this right away, they're not going to be able to view it. So you might need to go into your sharing settings and change that to anyone with the link can view. Now, please don't share those as public on the web if you've got students in them. If you don't have students in them, share it how you want to. So anyone with the link can view, and I can paste that link into my Schoology course. But my favorite way to do it is actually just download the video. If I click on the video, it does start playing right away, so I'm pausing it. I go to this little button in the upper corner and hit download. It does let me know that it's not going to be scanning for viruses. We've got unlimited file sizes, and these are being requested a lot. So I'm downloading it now to my computer. And then I can go into a space like YouTube, which we'll get to in a little bit, and I can upload that video to my YouTube channel. Now, when I get to the YouTube portion, that's where I'll show all the settings for that. So you can see from my drive that I could either copy that link and share that video, or I can download that video and upload it to another platform later. Just always make sure that when you're uploading anything with children in it, that you keep that very safe and secure. So that's Google Meet recording and accessing the videos. Now we're going to hop on over to Schoology. And for that, I'm just going to pause and make sure that Kimberly doesn't have any questions I need to address from the first section. Kimberly? Oh, let me check the chat. Sweet, I don't see any questions. Thanks. I could have checked there myself. Thanks, Kimberly. All right, I'm hopping into the next topic now, and I've added this topic since last week. This is recording directly in Schoology. And so one of the examples that I've given several times is adding a video right in Schoology. I find it really easy to just do it right in the updates. So you can see that I'm in one of my practice courses. You could open any course and go to your updates tab. There are also multiple ways to do this from the home screen, but I'm just going to focus on one way. In my updates, I can type my message, and then I can use this little microphone here. Now, when I click that, it opens up the recording type. Do keep in mind that your microphone and camera have to be enabled in the browser. So you may want to go up to the lock icon right next to the URL, click it, and double check that your camera is set to allow and your microphone is set to allow for this site. Once you do that, you can just click audio and video, and then you can begin recording right in this screen. So some ways that I had been suggesting to do this was to do a read aloud or do something routine, or even just say hi to your students. When you're done with your recording, you stop it. Schoology automatically gives you a preview of that recording. You can play it and preview to make sure that that's what you want to share, and then hit insert recording. Now, when you do that, I've typed my message to my students, I've recorded a video, and I'm going to hit post. How easy is that? It's even easier than the Google Meet way. I just go to my Schoology course, I pull up an update, and I use that microphone. Now, for a little bit, for a few moments, it sits on this just hyperlink screen, but after the video is rendered in the background in Schoology, it will appear as a tile like this. So when your students or parents look at the updates on either their app or on a computer, they will see this video link. And I'm just going to hop one screen ahead. This is just my sample course and showing Schoology videos right there. I just want to show an awesome teacher we have at North Avondale Montessori who has got her homeroom linked up. And she has been doing amazing things with videos for her students. So she did do a read aloud to her students, read a pop-up book. It was so sweet. And then a co-teacher or somebody else in her class had taken their butterflies home and they hatched this week. And so they posted the video right there from Schoology. Now, for this next part, I am going to come back into the meeting, stop sharing my screen because I want to show you what this looks like from mobile. All right. So I have both an Apple and Android. I've tested both of them. And from mobile, all I do is click on my Schoology app. Please note that if you download the app, when it asks for your district code, that code is RRRX. That code again is RRRX. If you are downloading the Schoology app for the first time and signing in, it will ask for your district code, just as a one-time when you get in. All right, so I'm in my Schoology app. Excuse me. And I want to pull up that teacher's update to her class. I just got to scroll a bit because I'm in a lot of courses. All right, so there is her update to her students. I can see it right there. And on my, sorry, that was actually not the one with the video. I want to go to the one with the video. Bear with me 1 minute. Here we go. So on my iPhone, it does appear as a little link with a video there. So it's got a play button and it's a blue hyperlink. On my Android, it appears a little bit different. And then of course from a computer, the video is just sitting there. So when I press play on that video, my iPhone downloads it right away. And I'm not sure how well you can see it, but this is the video of the butterflies. There is sound with this. And so I can see it on my phone very well, but the butterfly is actually flapping its wings for the first time. And I'm able, as a student or parent, to view that from my parents' mobile phone. So I really love the insert video feature built right into Schoology. If you're looking for a quick way to connect with your families via video, I suggest you try that tool out right here inside of Schoology. I also do want to point out that that tool, that little microphone, is included on all materials. So if you want to give video supplemental instructions to an assignment that you're going to create, you can click that microphone. Your students also have the ability to reply using that microphone. So that's something you could show them later. So tip 1 was recording video right here in Google Meet. And tip 2 was using the microphone icon in Schoology to record content directly into your course. I'm going to check back and see if I have any unanswered questions. Ooh, 8. All right, so I am going to turn that over to Kimberly. Kimberly, anything in there I need to address?
Yeah, so you were asked to go over the Schoology, hold on, let me find it, to show the video again. So if you could go through that conference one more time. And then can you download Schoology conferences and save them to Drive? I do not believe you can, but you might know a workaround for that I'm not aware of.
So when you use, so some people were talking about using the screen recording apps like ScreenCastify, but often when you use those, you're not picking up the sound of the video. I think that these applications have it sort of built in that it'll show the video, but it's not going to show the sound. And you can imagine people would share free streaming services and things like that. So I'm not really sure why, but I haven't found a tool yet that will let me capture what's on the screen. So the Schoology conferences do open in Schoology, and just FYI, they delete after 7 days. So after 7 days, they're gone anyway.
Okay, and the next question is, can you edit our work to add video explanations after we post them?
Absolutely. Let me show that. So in my courses, let's say that I have this discussion. This could be true for a test, quiz, or assignment. I can click the edit button. So, and let me go back in and do that a little more slowly. Y'all who know me know that I tend to speed it up, especially with a lot of items on the agenda. All right, so in this discussion, every item that you place in your materials has this little gear to the right. You click the gear, you click edit, and now I can add my directions right here using the microphone. So I'm adding some directions on the fly. Insert it, save changes, and boom, now my discussion has a video recording direction at the bottom as well. So yes, you can edit those. Okay. I will also go back and show how to do that. Kimberly, that was a request, right, for me to repeat how to do video recording in Schoology? Did I get that right?
Ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So since I'm repeating it, what I'll do is change it up just a little bit. I showed you how to do it from within a course on your updates. I'm going to show you right here on your main landing page. You could actually create a video from there. And super awesome tip, you can create from inside mobile as well. Really awesome. All right. From my home page or within a course, I would click on Update. Now, what you'll notice that's different about this one is that it's got a post to at the bottom. So I've typed in my message and I would warmly greet them. And then at the bottom, I would decide who I want this to go to. I want it to go to my homeroom. I don't want to put it in the real homeroom, but I would want to put it in my homeroom course. Oops. All right, I'll just put some in and I won't really post it. And then maybe I also want to put it in my math course so we can duplicate the same message across multiple courses without having to re-record and re-record. So pick who you want. This option is only on the home screen. If you're in a course, you're just posting that course. And then you click the microphone button at the bottom of the message. So that's that video recording tool built into Schoology. You can see when I hover over it, it says audio video recording. I click that. Now, as long as I have enabled my camera and microphone to Schoology, and it saves that setting across the website, then I can click audio and video, hit start recording. I'm already recording. I've got a little counter up here in the corner, so I can say or show whatever I want. Like I said, that teacher did a whole read aloud story. I thought that the limit was like maybe 5 minutes, but maybe they've opened it. I'm not sure. So I'm going to hit stop. I can preview it and make sure I like it. Boy, I really like that face. Yikes. So I could always redo it too, and then just insert my recording and hit post. I'm not going to post that one because that's actually somebody else's course. All right. So that's a quick run through of Google Meet for recording and Schoology for recordings. We are at 1:20, and I do still have FlipGrid to share with you, as well as YouTube. And I'm going to try to get to WeVideo. Last week when I offered this, I said WeVideo was on my agenda. We didn't even get to it. So I'm going to go to FlipGrid next. All right, this is where it's going to get a little bit more fun and interactive for you. I can already hear you groaning through the screen. All right, we're going to interact a little bit. We're moving on to the topic of FlipGrid. Unless Kimberly just interrupt me if I missed a question on the last two topics.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, I saw somebody asking me to slow down. I'm going to try, but I'm also going to try to get you 3 more tools in the rest of this hour. And I'm going to tell you about this later. All right. Our next topic is FlipGrid. And before we even go into that, I will just let you know that there is an extension that you can add to your browser. If you want to try to keep the meeting in one window and FlipGrid in another, there's an extension called Tab Resize. And I'm going to drop the link, so don't worry, you don't even have to ask. But Tab Resize will allow you to have 2 windows viewing while you're participating in a meeting. And I know this is off topic, but when I did an interactive piece last week, it was helpful. All right, and I'm going to drop this link in for you so you don't even have to go searching for this. All right, Tab Resize splits your screen layout. And so when you follow this link that I'm about to drop in the chat, it will say add to Chrome for you. I've already added it. So you'll click add to Chrome, you'll hit accept, and then it will add this little button. Now, mind you, you don't have to do any of this right now. You can just watch and follow along. You don't have to participate. But if you want to be able to have a quick tool to resize your tabs, go ahead and go into the meeting chat now. And I am pasting in Tab Resize extension. This is only going to work if you're signed in and syncing to Chrome. So if you're not signed in and syncing to Chrome, just jot yourself a note to add this later. And again, signed in and syncing to Chrome means I'm in the Chrome web browser and the sync is turned on. If you're lost at this point, seriously, jot a note. And on Friday, we have a Google-based Lunch and Learn. I'll do a little bit more about Google tools. And then we also have some more things coming up about efficiency tools in Chrome. But if you want to use a tab resize, then your meeting is here. And then you're going to open up a new tab and go to flipgrid.com. You don't have to copy that. It's just flipgrid.com. That's all you have to type in the next tab. I can hop back on the meeting and I can hit tab resize. And it gives me one window in the meeting and one window in the app. That might be helpful for you if you're trying to follow my instructions and hop back over. Now, I am not going to keep both open because it's harder for you to view for the recording. All right. So if you're following along with me and you want to do the interactive piece right now, you're going to go to FlipGrid.com. Now, I don't want you to click Educator Login. I'm going into one I've already built. Oh, and there's always updates. And I haven't read these yet, folks. It just popped up. So there might be some things that I don't know about in this training today. We might have some surprises together. All right, don't do anything yet. I'm just gonna open up a grid and I'm gonna edit this grid because last week I put a password on it and it slowed down the process. So I'm turning the password off. Okay. All right, so now you are going to go, oops, sorry, to flipgrid.com. And you are going to type in this flip code. I'm going to copy and paste it into the chat as well. The flip code, if you don't know where to go yet, don't worry, I'm going to also show you. The flip code is now pasted in the chat. It's CPS FlipGrid training. Okay, that's all it is, CPS FlipGrid training. But you don't click anywhere up here. I don't know why they don't have it right here where this boy's hair is, but you scroll down to enter a flip code. So go ahead and type in, enter a flip code, type CPS FlipGrid training. So all is one word, lowercase is fine, CPS FlipGrid training, and hit next. Oh, it says enter the grid password. Hold on, don't do anything yet.
Rosemary, your password is still on.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I turned it off, but maybe because I didn't click update grid. Good teacher moment here. If you refresh your screen, the password should not be required now. Sorry about that. All right, so you went to flipgrid.com and I'm going to literally type through it again. Scroll down to enter a flip code and type in CPS FlipGrid training. It opens up our grid. Now, last week, some different folks participated. If you would like to participate, you just hit the plus sign. You're going to click login with Google. If you're signed in and syncing, you'll get in that fast. And here I am. I'm in FlipGrid. I'm going to record, and I would like everybody to try to add one of the fun effects. I like to add a sticker. So, happy faces. They just suit me. All right, so I'm gonna add my happy face. If you don't want your face to appear, you can actually paste it over yourself. That's one way you could have sort of an anonymous participation in the FlipGrid. So add one or more of the details, it doesn't matter, and then start your recording. Hey everyone, CPS is learning how to use FlipGrid and catching FlipGrid fever. All right. I can redo it if I didn't like that. A lot of students really like that ability to retake and retake. Or if I think it was good, I'll just click next. It previews it. Good for me. Then it has you take a selfie. Oops. Hit next. Now my flip grid is going to go in there. My display name, I can change it if I want. I can add information if I want. And I could even link to something if I wanted to. So if you use this to communicate with your students, you could title it with something inspiring or thoughtful for the day or whatever you want them to reflect on, and you could link them right back to your Schoology course so they can watch your FlipGrid and go back in and do an assignment. Here's another cool thing that they can do. They can go in, view another person's video, and comment. So they can leave video response comments. All right, so everybody just take, it is 1:28. I think I might be a little ahead of last week's schedule at this time. I'm going to leave this for about 3 minutes for you to just go ahead and practice adding your responses. You are also welcome to add as many as you want. So you can add more than one. I see Melody already got one in there. I'm gonna hop back in the meeting for any questions while other people are doing their FlipGrids. But go ahead and put one in, and then I'm going to show you the teacher side of things, how to set it up.
If you
Kimberly, anything that I should address right now, Kimberly?
If they're logged into their account, how do they get to where they enter the FlipGrid code?
Sure, I'll show that. So if they had accidentally just like raced ahead and logged in, just go up to the top and log out. Okay, and then we can, right up here, it gives us that option to enter a flip code. So that's how I hop back and forth from my teacher side to the student side. I was having everyone start on the student side, just at flipgrid.com. And then instead of logging in, just scroll right down to enter a flip code. And it takes you in. You can password protect this. I did that last week, but the password, it slowed down the training so much I just took it off. Okay, sorry. I need to mute when I have to clear my throat. Need the codes. So you just enter CPS FlipGrid. Oh, thanks, Kimberly. She is awesome. She's on it. Yeah, so when you're using FlipGrid, it actually works super great for mobile as well. And so I'm going to mute this. It's not Corona, it's my allergies. All right. It works really great for mobile. Everything that I'm showing you also can work for mobile, including creating grids, uploading and adding to grids. So you can also download the FlipGrid app to your mobile device. I'm trying to keep up with the chats right now, Kimberly. I'm going to give everybody about another minute on your FlipGrids. What can you do for students that don't want to show their faces? I think I would use that. I would show them how to do the sticker that I showed you. So let me show you that again. If I'm a student and I'm going to record, but I don't want to show my face, then I can hit this sticker and I can pick one that I want to put over myself. I'll do a silly one. And I can just size it to cover my face. So then I can still be talking and interacting. Now, if I don't want to do it at all, then maybe this just isn't the best tool for them. We want to consider the needs of our learners, right? And so maybe FlipGrid isn't a great tool for them. I think a really important thing to do right now is to make sure that we are providing our students with choice. Is there some whiteboard feature? Actually, that would be a little bit more of an in-depth FlipGrid training, and answer is I'm not sure, but I'm sure we can find out. Kimberly, thank you so much for getting those questions. All right, I'm going to go in on the teacher side now, so you don't have to do this yet. You can just watch my instructions. So to use FlipGrid as an educator, I want to actually show you the best way to access all your tools. So let me close out some of these tabs, and that's going to be by going into Clever. Now, here's another cool thing. If you are, I know I sound like a broken record, if you are signed in and using the Chrome browser and signed in and your sync is on, then you should have this little extension right here for Clever. So you can just click that and it launches you straight to Clever. If I'm already signed on and syncing, it's going to log me straight in. Doesn't even prompt me to log in. If it prompts you with the login screen, please choose Login with Google. FlipGrid is in school. Sorry, I almost said Schoology. FlipGrid is in Clever. So if I search for FlipGrid, you'll notice that there's FlipGrid Educators under the Login with Google section. That does not appear for our students. And then for students, they have another login to FlipGrid. Oh, I'm in as another teacher. So students have another one that takes them straight to enter a flip code. All right, so bear in mind that you want to go to FlipGrid via Clever. So I'm going to Clever. Let me end that. Ugh. Sorry, I'm hung up on a district admin function. Don't worry about that. Okay. So educator login will take you right there. Log in with Google for FlipGrid as an educator. And so I've been using my FlipGrid Educator account, so I already have some grids built, but I'm going to show you building a grid from scratch. All right, all you simply do, it's really easy, is add new grid, the button right there. And we've got to give it a name. I've got to select my grid type. If you are working with students in grades 2 through 12, I recommend your school email. So just sign in with Google. If you're doing if you are interested in FlipGrid for primary, I have a whole different set of instructions for you. So if you're preschool K or 1, get with me, send me a message via chat or send me an email. I've got a whole different set of instructions for lower grade primary teachers. But 2nd through 12th grade, click on school email. That's what I recommend. And then that way they log in with Google and they're into your grid. And then this flip code, it will just randomly assign one, or you can create a custom one. But once you use it in FlipGrid, it's taken forever. So I'm going to write taken forever. And it's available, so then I could use it. Now, if I made it something like my grid, you'll notice my grid is not available. Okay. Then you would click next. So I actually don't. I want to use a random code because I don't want to take a word. So then it tells me that we've added your school email already. Add your student school email if it's different than ours. So mine is at CPSBOE because I'm a teacher. I do need to add in at CincinnatiPS.org. That is all of our students' emails. Hit next. And then that way, anybody who has at CincinnatiPS.org or at CPSBOE can add to this grid. So then I can just share this grid out. I would share it on my Schoology course. And then I can go to my grid and I can start to view my students' responses. I'm going to go into the ones that you guys just created in our video creation tools training. Oh yeah, here it is. All right, here's our grid, and here's some of the samples that folks have posted. And so I'm just going to, there's Kimberly's, and hers is a black screen. So Kimberly, I'd love if you.
I didn't enable my camera. I
So
did it on purpose.
What I actually like about that is it does solve the problem for the teacher who said, what about if a kid doesn't want to be on video? I'm wondering if they could just do sound. I didn't think of that before.
That is what I did. I turned my camera off.
Awesome. So that does answer the question for the teacher. If a student wants to participate but doesn't want to be on video, they could still record their sound. Awesome. And I love when we find answers on the fly like this. So Felicia, I like your use of stickers here. So I can listen and then I can reply. And I do like the layer of security. It makes me sign in first. So then I can reply to Felicia and say, I love your goofy face on FlipGrid. Thanks for sharing. And obviously, you could use this for more. You could use this for more a good like formative feedback. I mean, there are ways to grade this, and there's all kinds of things on FlipGrid, deeper level trainings. But I just wanted to show everybody this as another video creation tool. So to recap, we looked at Google Meet and actually recording the meetings. I'm going to hop back over to here. We looked at Google Meet to record your meetings and how to access those recordings. And we looked at how we can either share that recording from our Google Drive, or we can download that video and upload it later to something like YouTube, which is our next topic. Then we looked at recording videos directly in the platform in Schoology. And one question I got previously about that is, yes, that video does live in Schoology. That is not a video that you'll download and share elsewhere. So it's a built-in tool, and it's for when you're in Schoology and using Schoology. So I don't think that question came up in here, but I did get that question earlier, either yesterday or last week. All right, so after we looked at Schoology recording, we played around in FlipGrid and added some videos to a shared FlipGrid, and I showed you the participation side for the students, as well as the creation side for the teachers. So you might want to learn more about FlipGrid tools, and we have training materials on that as well. So the next one that I want to show you is YouTube, and my hope is to go from YouTube into WeVideo. I did not get to WeVideo last week, but I'm going to try to this week. All right, so we're going into YouTube now, and I want to show you how to navigate. So once again, my broken record speech is using the Chrome web browser. You should be signed on and syncing to your CPS BOE account. Can you tell I really believe in this? I do. All right, make sure that your sync is turned on. Oh, I don't know what I clicked on. And then we'll go to the waffle. Now you may not be aware of this, but if you scroll down in the waffle, the YouTube icon is there, and you already have a YouTube channel under your CPS BOE account. You just might not have anything in there yet. Well, I really like YouTube for uploading videos. I have been recording and uploading all of my training sessions, and even today's training right now that I'm recording will be on my YouTube channel later. So you can upload your own videos, or you can even record in YouTube by going live. I'm going to show you both of those now. So the first one that I'm going to show you is, remember that Google Meet recording that I said I'd show you how to upload to YouTube? We're doing that now. I'm going to go up here to the top. There's a little camera with a plus sign. And when I hovered over it, it said Create Video Project. When I click it, I've got two options, upload a video or go live. We're going to explore upload a video first. When I click on upload a video, it walks me through uploading a video in YouTube. Now I can actually drag from my Google Drive over. So remember that Google Drive link? I could drag that over and drop it here. I did download it, so I'm going to select a file off my computer. Download, and there it is, my Schoology elementary course building video. I'm going to select that. YouTube is uploading that video right now. Now you'll notice it pulled in the title. I don't need the code information for the air date. I prefer to replace that. So I'm adjusting the title and I'm calling it April 6th, 2020 virtual PD. All right, then I can add whatever information I want to about the video. What's really cool is you can also add hyperlinks. So remember where I showed you could put a link in your FlipGrid back to your Schoology course? Well, I can also link back to my Schoology course within YouTube. So I'm going to open that sample course, and I'm going to say that I want them to go into this discussion after watching the video. I grab the link from wherever I want them to go in Schoology or wherever, and I say, after viewing the video, go into our and then I can literally paste that video there. And so what I did, sorry, try to use right click when I'm recording. I just right click and paste that URL I copied. And the cool thing about that is nobody can get in that link unless they're a member of that course. So it will take them to a Schoology login screen. And then when they click it, they will either log in, or if they're already logged in, they'll just go straight to the discussion. But if they're not a member of your course, all they get is a Schoology login screen. And if they log in, it'll say privacy restricted, you're not a member of this course. So you don't have to worry about posting your Schoology course materials right there. You can post them on your YouTube channel. Then you can do other things like it will pull in a thumbnail image. I like to add one. So I might have like, let's see, that one was on Schoology elementary course building. I created an image for that. I click next. It makes me indicate whether or not this video is made for kids. Now, if it's made for kids, you should click yes. Features like comments will be automatically turned off. There's a few more security features for if it is made for kids. You can go into age restrictions if you want to. It's not required. Moving forward. Video elements, I really haven't played around with this much. Remember, I said I'm going to keep this at the nitty-gritty, quick details. All right, this is the important screen, save or publish. If you select public, it is on your YouTube channel for anybody to view. If you select private, nobody can view it except for you. So the safest one to use for your students is unlisted. They will have to have that link. And guess what? You're the only person who can access it in your YouTube channel. So if you copy that link now and hit save, YouTube's going to upload this video. It'll be rendering. They even give you a little update screen that it's in the middle of uploading. It tells me the percentage left. Okay. And now if I want to share that video, you'll notice I copied the link. If you missed where to do it, don't worry, I can always click here. And I can copy the link again. Close. Close. Sorry. Okay, so that video link, I can copy it from here. And then I can go back into my course and I can share that video link. Like I might be saying something like, if you missed today's Google Meet, here is a recording of the session. Please watch. All right, I can add that there. I could link to it. I do recommend that you link down in this section here. If you hyperlink in the body of the text, some mobile phones are not reading those as links. So attach that link here. All right. So I created my video in YouTube. One of the important features that I made sure that I did was to publish it as a private link. And so you can see here, it also transferred me over to the YouTube Studio. So that's sort of the second piece of this YouTube training. You access it through your YouTube channel, but then when you start working on the video, you're in YouTube Studio. And I didn't go anywhere, it just put me in there. All right, when I'm in my YouTube Studio, I can see if a video was saved as public or unlisted. So again, anything with students, my recommendation is it is unlisted. If you want to make it public, that just means that anybody can find it through just Google searching your name. Your YouTube channel videos will come up. And again, there is the private option where if you just want the video for your own reference, for your own resources, you could save it there privately and nobody can see it but you. All right, so that's YouTube uploading videos. I do want to share YouTube Live, and I would love to at least dip our toes into WeVideo if we get a chance today. So for YouTube, I'm just recapping. We went into our waffle. We scrolled down to YouTube. If you click on yourself right there in YouTube, you can hop to your channel. If you have videos that you want to create, and I'm going to show this side in the live side, that is just you, maybe doing a read aloud to your students or showing how to solve a problem or maybe giving like a virtual lecture, then you could post that as public. And then if you ask your students to subscribe to your YouTube channel, they'll get a notification on their mobile device anytime you add a new video, if they have their notifications turned on. So you can share your channel. I'm going to actually share it with you all in the chat now because my video that I'm recording this session will be on my YouTube channel later today. So Rosemary's YouTube channel. All right, so you have a link to my YouTube channel. Yep, I'm ready for questions, Kimberly.
You have a question that says, do you still have to apply and wait a day to get YouTube Live ability?
I was told last week that that was true. 2 weeks ago, I didn't have to. But yeah, but my understanding is it does take 24 hours. So if you want to play with YouTube Live, either during this call or when you get off, I would try to initiate your channel so you can play with it tomorrow. Great question.
Okay, and the other question is that if you share a YouTube video in Schoology, can parents see it if they're looking at their course?
Yes, if you share a link, a private link, that private link is viewable to anyone you share it with. So if you post it in your Schoology course and a parent is logged into their parent account, they can view it. So yes, parents can view the videos. Parents can also
That's it.
view videos that you put on updates as well. They just can't interact with any of it. They can, the ones that you create for children can't have comments on YouTube. And if you post an update to Schoology, parents in their parent account cannot comment on your updates either.
Okay,
So they
you're
can't
caught up on
interact.
questions.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're looking at the other side of YouTube, which is the Go Live. When I click on Go Live, it takes me immediately into YouTube Studio, and it sets up the information for this live session. So I'm going to call this Video Creation Tools Training Example. I'm going to set this to public, because I don't care who sees that I'm live right now, but you can set it to unlisted for anyone with the link can view. So if you set that to unlisted, anyone with the link can view, then you would have to share that link with them. Private doesn't really make sense for going live, in my opinion, but the settings are all there. Here you indicate yes, it's made for kids or no, it's not. Click yes if you plan for your students to watch this content, because live chat is not available, so you don't get any inappropriate chat going on streams made for kids. And you can go into the more options. As I said, I'm giving a quick overview training for each of these. So I'm going to move to next. Smile for a thumbnail. Now, if I don't like that thumbnail, if I just hover over it, it lets me retake it, or I can upload a custom thumbnail, which could be a picture of the content. Let's say that my content today is going to be on using the PBS Kids site, or I don't know, or I'm going to be reading a book. Maybe I can put a picture of the book cover. You guys can all tell I'm a former primary teacher, right? Okay. So I'm letting the world know that I'm about to go on streaming live. It's going public. I can change the category if I wanted to. I'd have to go into edit. We didn't go into all that. Go live. And we're going live. It gives me a countdown. We're live. We're live right now, and we're in the middle of my session with CPS teachers for using video creation tools. So far, we've looked at using Google Meet itself to record videos of class meetings. We've looked at using Schoology to record directly inside the platform. FlipGrid, we've looked at uploading videos to YouTube, and now we're in YouTube Live. We're going to really try to see if we can dip our toes into WeVideo as well. All right, so that's the end of my session. Looks like one person is watching it, or maybe that's just me. When I end my stream, it will take me into the option to edit that video in Studio. I like this option. So I go into the YouTube Studio, and I can actually trim it in here. So maybe if the beginning of it was like some wait time, I can trim there. The other thing that I can do in the details is I can add that description to the video. That's what shows up in YouTube. I can change the thumbnail here if I wanted to. I've already said it's made for kids, but let me go to more options. This is the one that I found this week since my training last week. So this is new information for our video creation tools. Right here, what I like to do is go down and make sure that comments are disabled. And when you put it on for kids, they are disabled, but just keep that in mind when you're in your YouTube Studio, that you can go back on any video and turn off comments. All right, so live chat, we probably won't get to cover what that is, but it's a health tool. Okay. All right, so I can do all of my editing that I could do back in YouTube Studio when I uploaded another video. I didn't really change anything. So here I'll type description. So it adds something and hit save. You'll notice save was grayed out when I hadn't made any changes. All right. Back in the studio, if I hit this back arrow, I can see all of my videos and their visibility. Now, because, let's see, this is one I already published. This one's still pending. That's just because the video is processing. But from here, I can go into any video. And let's say that it's one of these older ones. I found this, I think it was yesterday, and I went into more options, and I went ahead and turned off comments. This is where you can also have them review, and then it will email you when there's a comment. But I just decided I want all comments disabled on my YouTube channel because I don't want people commenting on my public YouTube channel. All right, so that's YouTube Live. Kimberly, before I take an opportunity to dip our toes into WeVideo? Are there questions on YouTube?
What if you want comments but also safety? My recommendation is that you post the channel in Schoology where the students can comment, like in a discussion board, but still leave comments turned off on your YouTube channel. What would you suggest, Rosemary?
I completely agree with your idea. I would post the video in Schoology. I would love to have had the time to show you how to embed video content into an assignment. You can actually embed it into a course discussion, and so you can make that course discussion really live and robust. You don't even have to direct them to your channel. I'm just making you aware that you do have a channel. So you can house everything in Schoology for maximum security and still having discussions and comments around the video. But just so you're aware, if you do want to operate out of the YouTube channel itself, in that comments disabled, you can do hold all comments for review. And what it will do is have you approve the comment before it posts it publicly. For me, I don't want to do that because I don't want to have to check every time I get a comment. But that is a way that you could provide a layer of security. No comments would be posted until you have approved it, or just keep them turned off and in Schoology. So I would go with Kimberly's suggestion as number one, but just being aware that you can hold all comments for review. I wouldn't necessarily, since I'm dealing with students, I wouldn't trust hold potentially inappropriate comments for review because that means something might slip through that shouldn't. All right. Other questions before we look at WeVideo?
Can you show on your waffle really quickly how you access YouTube once again? Just a real quick, this is where it's at.
Yep, I click my waffle and you have to scroll a bit, but it's sitting right here. So when I click YouTube, I can just click on my own profile and go to my channel.
Okay, and I also posted the document, the form for getting credit for training today in our chat. So if you want to fill that out, it's there for you.
Thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, I'm sorry I forgot to mention that. Any training that you do with any member of our LTT team or the Hamilton County trainers, so anything that you're accessing through the CPS Tech Talk, you can get contact hours for. So make sure you do fill out that form. If you're not worried about tracking contact hours, you don't have to put in your employee ID number. You don't even have to put your name if you don't want to. You could just give us the feedback. But if you want contact hours, you do need your first and last name and your employee ID number along with completing the feedback form. All right, so with there only being 4 minutes left, I can actually show you how to dip into WeVideo in 4 minutes. If you go through Clever, you don't have to. You can type in WeVideo and go. You will see that WeVideo is under Login with Google. It's this icon right here, WeVideo. Now, I will want to still select Log in with Google. It's telling me welcome back because I've been in here before. And I'm just going to show you from right here, I can create a new video or recording right in WeVideo. You might be wondering why I'm going to show you another tool to do recording in. Well, WeVideo is a video creation, but also editing platform. You can add in these really awesome templates. WeVideo would be a great student tool to share with your students. And in my working with students, I recommend it for about grades 3 and up. And just bear in mind that grades 3, 4, and 5, you probably need to give them quite a bit of support. But our students in grades K through 12 do have Google accounts, so they have WeVideo accounts. So there's templates that they can pull in and they can add their video to. There's a green screening feature that green screen itself is a bit of a misnomer. It's any color that's solid. So you could do it at home with like a blue bed sheet and make that navy blue be your green screen. But so there's that ability in there as well. Or you can just record directly in here. So if you wanted to create a video that you want to do anything more robust with, WeVideo is your tool. So I can go to recordings and it's going to let me select either my webcam, my screen, or my screen and webcam. So this would be something similar to ScreenCastify where you could do a quick screen recording. So I'm going to select screen and webcam. All right, it needs permission first, so I allow it. Now I don't have to give that permission every time if I make sure that this is set to allow in the browser. All right, gives me a preview. I hit next. I have two screens. You can ignore that. All right. And it's on go. So I am now recording. So I can go to another tab and I can show you how to go to Google Chat. And I'm capturing my screen, but I'm also capturing my webcam. I can click. Oh, I had a little bit more to do. I'm sorry. Got it. All right. Sorry, I haven't actually done the screen and webcam before, so. Save. All right, so there's my snip of my video. And now I can start to use all these cool editing features in here. I just recorded this. It recorded my screen as well. And these are side by side. I would love to have more time to show you more of the editing tools, but I just wanted to show you that you do have video creation and editing, that you can add special effects, captions, titles, so you can make your own basic movie. I see Kimberly is mentioning ScreenCastify. Would definitely be remiss if I didn't mention this in this training. I didn't last week. That's a Google extension, so you can add that in the Chrome Web Store. And so when you use ScreenCastify, it starts recording your screen and it walks you through it. It's easy as can be. You can also do that with your microphone and your webcam if you want. I'm actually not going to go into ScreenCastify right now, but that is another one. Somebody else mentioned ScreenCast-O-Matic. Yes, you can also use ScreenCast-O-Matic. That usually costs. To my understanding, ScreenCastify has their premium open right now. I've not been using the premium. I use ScreenCastify for if I want to do a video that's under 5 minutes because it's free. All right, other questions, Kimberly? We are right at 2 o'clock. So that's the end of the hour, but I want to make sure I hit any questions you might have.
You got one that asked about Loom and Kaltura. How does this compare to Loom and Kaltura? I'm not sure what those are, though.
So if those are, there are dozens, if not thousands, of video creation tools out there. The ones that I'm sharing with you are ones that we have approved with CPS. ScreenCastify is approved. If you're wondering about other applications, you should always check our ITM approved software list. We do still have requirements on what we use with students. So you want to make sure that whatever app you're looking for appears in this approved tab of this list. So I'm going to drop this in the chat now. Please check the approved software list if you want to look at a new recording tool. The ones that I showed you today are all district approved. So you can use Google Meet for recording, Schoology, FlipGrid, YouTube, WeVideo, ScreenCastify. That's 6 tools. You should be able to capture what you need by video with those. And there's probably a few more on the approved software list that I'm just not even thinking of right now. Any other last minute questions? Kimberly posted the Get Credit for Training form again. She's so awesome. She's making sure that you are going to get your credit for participating in this session. When you're in that field, my name is Rosemary Jane. And if you have follow-up training needs, please, I would recommend you actually first, I might add this to the form, first check our schedule, because these larger topics, we are getting so many requests. But check our schedule of what we have coming up this week first. And then if what we have isn't going to work for you, then click on this for further training and make a request for further training.
And I just confirmed with Adam that we do have 2 FlipGrid trainings scheduled for next week. So when we post the schedule for next week, either tomorrow or Thursday, you'll be able to see that on there. And I posted the PD link up in our chat. It's up at 2:01 p.m. I posted the PD session link and the credit for training link, so you can check back on those. I would bookmark that PD session link.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Yeah, I would bookmark. Oh, I must have hit the wrong one. Here's the sessions. Or is that the form? Yep, here's the sessions. She's absolutely right. Bookmark this, this schedule. We'll be adding new pages for next week soon. So check that out first. Coming up this afternoon, ScreenCastify is at 2 o'clock. So if you wanted to get more into ScreenCastify, you can hop on that at 2. That's going on right now. So if you want to hop off mine, get in there.
And Rosemary, the only other question was, where will you be posting this video?
On my YouTube channel. So I'm going to drop that in the Meet chat again. Here it is. All right, so it's at the bottom of the chat. Yeah, I'm going to be posting this by the end of the day today. It takes a little bit of time for the video to render and for me to add. I put a link to the transcript of the chat in my videos now. I started doing that yesterday. So you'll be able to have all the chat history from this. That will be a view only with your CPS account. The video itself will be public, but you will have to be signed into your CPS Google account to view the chat history. All right, that's all I have, folks.
That's
have a
all
great
I've got.
afternoon. Awesome. Kimberly, thank you so much for your assistance. Folks,
You're
thank you for
welcome.
your participation. If you could, go to the bottom of your screen and click the hang up button, leave call. I'm going to hang out in here just till I make sure everybody is off the call. Bye.